We could be the first man and or woman since Adam and the mythical Eve, but you are out here
Not to,
playing
'cause
Michelle.
Adam's not mythical. Eve, on the other hand, she's fake as fuck.
Bro, Eve is awesome. Now, okay, I just got to make sure that my stream has started on my channel, and then we are golden. I am sorry for holding things up, L. I will stop using this accent at some point. I'm one of those people where if I find an
All right,
accent,
now listen here, Luce. Now listen here.
oh God, no, God, please stop, brother. I'm one of those people where as soon as I find an accent that I like, I just I just use it indefinitely until I get tired of it. All right, cool.
Basic.
Stream is up. So, Loveless, what was that thing that you wanted to talk about, brother?
Oh, oh God. Okay. Fuck. Uh, so anyways, so there's a game coming out called Bayonetta 3. People have been talking about it for a minute now. It looks pretty good. I'm definitely getting it. In fact, it's going to be showing up at my living residence on the day it releases, and I will be streaming that. Shameless plug. But there's a little thing that happened. Now, there's this voice actor. Her name's Helena Taylor. She played Bayonetta, the character in Bayonetta 1 and 2. Quite beloved. Pretty much the voice. She is to Bayonetta what Ruben Langdon is to Dante, I dare say.
I would posit that.
Fuck, where's this other fucking thing? I totally fucking me. Fuck. Anyways. I need to actually pay attention when they show me the fucking. Hold on, there, watch. There. Oh, that's the one I'm missing. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Helene Taylor. Apparently, when Bayonetta 3 was first in the works, she was given some very pathetic offer of money to play the character. I don't know what it was, because she didn't say that one. But apparently, she went to Kamiya herself personally, and by that I mean she contacted someone who was Japanese to talk to him because even she knows how fucking xenophobic and racist that he is.
Correct.
Which, hey, you know, she knows her stuff at least.
Yeah.
And Kamiya responded. Kamiya messaged. He got back to her. He was like, "Hey, you know, we understand you're a big part of this character. We appreciate you. All this stuff. Blah 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 blah." The new offer for her pay was $4,000. Which makes me wince at the thought of what the fuck she was offered originally, but we'll leave that alone for now.
Yeah, honestly.
So, this whole story's so fucking dumb. So, Helena Taylor, after this, she decided not to play the character. Understandably, $4,000 is not a lot of money to be offered for this character from the creator of the game, who, you know, if anyone loves the character, it's him.
Yeah.
And she decided not to be involved with it. And apparently she signed a non-disclosure agreement not to talk about it. And I guess she was respecting that because for a while she let the rumors circulate. She didn't say anything. She didn't confirm anything. And okay, fine. She seems resolute to not bother with it. Oh, but then all of a sudden, she comes out and she decides she wants to reveal this information despite it still being in the non-disclosure agreement. Like, that was still active when she revealed this, I guess. And she just didn't care anymore. And now she wants people to boycott the game because of the shitty wages that she was offered.
Which is shitty. $4,000 for an entire game's worth of work is pretty fucking shitty.
Well, for a character that, if this was like some indie game, nobody role,
Yeah.
whatever, you know, it's low budget stuff. That's understandable. But this is fucking Bayonetta. Helena Taylor's net worth is $1 million. That's more than most voice actors can say. I think Yuri Lowenthal's might. No, his is higher. Never mind. Anyways, whatever. The point is, you know, that is not a lot of money to be offered for that kind of role. Fucking hell, this is a tough fight.
Yeah.
But Mike, I'm just I'm more confused by this whole situation than anything, because originally she seemed to be fine with going with the non-disclosure agreement, and then all of a sudden she decides that she's not okay with it and wants people to boycott the game, which affects the people that are involved with the game, despite the fact that in the same videos she says that she cares about Jennifer Hale, who by the way has half her net worth with $500,000,
Yeah.
and wants her to do well. But you know, boycotting the game would obviously affect that. I don't know.
So,
I completely agree with the idea that, yeah, she was not offered enough, but I am not convinced that she fought for it. I'm convinced that she saw the $4,000 offer, said fuck it, and then decided later on, when the game's doing really well with pre-sales, that she was going to come back with it. Now, that's only
speculation, of course.
That's speculation. There, we don't know all the details. We don't even know all the details of the non-disclosure agreement, but
Yeah.
what a
And
fucking
we probably
mess.
never will if we're being completely honest. Unless, of course, something comes out and we have to know the details of it, like a court case or something like that. Which,
Well, that's likely what's going to... Because she's opened herself up to legal action because she broke
is
the
true.
non-disclosure agreement. Which I just...
So, my thing is...
I don't know, and one more thing. She's part of a voice acting union, which apparently the $4,000 was like the absolute minimum that she could be allowed to be paid according to that union. But even still, you'd think that, I don't know, you'd think there'd be more for her to do than just walk away and then decide to break confidentiality.
Yeah. Ah, goddamn A. Feels bad. So, my thing is, if all of this is true, then I would say that she's still fighting for a decent cause, because people should absolutely be given, fair enough pay. I just don't know why it is that if she was gonna say something about it, why she waited until... Like, that's the main thing that's getting me. I understand that there's a lot of factors that goes into this, and she obviously signed an NDA, most likely, but I'm still just wondering why it took her this long to speak up about it, if she felt this passionately.
Yeah. I worry that she's not giving all the details, and if she's not, then that's going to look really fucking bad on her. And this is one of those things where I agree with her motivation, but I don't agree with the way she's handling it, because it only negatively impacts everybody. There's no positive impact to anyone whatsoever from this.
Yeah, especially voice actors. Because chances are they're going to be companies are going to be a lot more skittish when it comes to hiring people. And by skittish, I just mean, like, reticent and careful.
Well, not even just people, but her specifically, because her career, even if she was in the right, which I think she was, based off the information we have, companies are gonna notice that, and they're gonna think, well, do we really want to work with her, knowing that her way of handling this is to let it boil over into this really shitty kind of mess that's gonna appeal to sensationalists that make everything worse for every party involved.
Yeah. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see how, Platinum and Camille respond.
Yeah, I'm very curious what Kamiya's gonna say, because if there's one thing we can rely on from Kamiya, it's for him to have a very strong opinion.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it turned out Platinum was just like, Kamiya, please, we love you, just keep your fucking mouth shut. Because, Kamiya has
he deleted
really
his
hot
Twitter.
takes. I don't know who has and hasn't seen his Twitter, but he's a very xenophobic and downright racist person.
Yeah, if you do not speak his language, then he calls you an insect, which, if you could just...
Yeah.
Normally I don't like doing this, because I don't like the whole, if it was a man saying it to a woman, that whole fucking thing. But could you fucking imagine if a game developer, let's say, I don't know, fucking...
Imagine if a Western developer did that shit, dude. They would be
Yeah,
over.
just a Western developer. Fucking imagine if one of them said, if you tweet at me in Spanish, I'm gonna block you. Don't fucking talk to me, insect. Like, holy fucking shit.
Fucking over, dude.
Yeah, but no one cares to say anything about when it comes to Japan, which...
Well, the thing about it is, I just think that a lot of people just don't fucking know. Like, I
mean,
think
it's
that
possible.
I want to give the benefit of the doubt that the majority of the larger game sphere, like video game community, just doesn't fucking know how Kamiya is. Because, like, in fairness, like, obviously if you're an action game nut, or if you're heavily into Resident Evil, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Hideki Kamiya, he's the fucking Devil May Cry guy, and the Bayonetta guy, and he also directed Resident Evil 2. Oh yeah, but like, you know, most wider people, like, I'm gonna sound so cringy saying this, but most quote-unquote normies,
The general audience.
yeah, they probably wouldn't know who Kamiya is, which is probably why it's taken this long for him to get banned off Twitter, which, by the way, he did get banned off Twitter, which...
Oh, he got banned? I thought he just deleted his account because of the shit with Helena Taylor.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Yeah, he deleted his account, which we have no idea why, but considering the events that came out, I think we can probably guess.
Safe bets.
But, yeah, it's just interesting to me that Kamiya, of all people, would delete his account. He seems like the kind of person who would be the last guy to concede like that.
Yeah. Hell, this mission is ridiculous. What the fuck?
God, I forgot how much the fucking lusts move around. Oh,
yeah.
well, I'm in the door. Fuck.
So, I posted about this on YouTube already, and in the Discord server, talking about it, and just how I think it negatively affects everybody. You know, Helena Taylor, again, in the right motivation-wise, but at least in the immediate year following all of this, you'd have to... I honestly think you'd have to be out of your fucking mind to hire her for a voice acting position.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, like...
That's not even me saying she's unreasonable and, like, you know, I'm not saying she's asking for too much or anything like that. It's just how she handles it. Like, if anything goes wrong and your second offer's not as good or your immediate response isn't, you know, you don't quite have a good understanding, which... Yeah, again, that's not what happened. You should know to pay the fucking Bayonetta voice actress more than $4,000 for a whole game.
Yeah, she's kind of part of the reason as to why it is the Bayonetta is so beloved, if we're being honest.
Oh yeah, for sure. But in any event, I don't know how you could look at that and be like, yeah, let's be open to business with her. Because one wrong step, even, again, she was right in this circumstance, but one wrong step that pisses her off, you have a shitstorm headed your way. She clearly doesn't care about the legal ramifications of, you know, non-disclosure agreements and things like that. Or at least she will for a bit until she decides she's not, which, that's a whole fucking, that's a whole other thing.
I'm just, honestly, like, the main thing that I'm worrying about is, like, Platinum's response, because that's going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, Kamiya's one thing, the companies themselves are another. Yeah. Now, if some information comes out where they're like, actually, this, and that, then that would be, holy fuck, that would be something. But, yeah, what a mess.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like you agree with someone's cause and then you see what they're doing to fight and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm just hoping that this doesn't have an extreme negative effect on the voice acting landscape as a whole, especially as someone who's trying to get into the business.
Yeah, and another worry is to do with the voice actors unions, because, you know, that 4,000 was apparently like the limit, like the, you know, bottom of the barrel limit to what was considered acceptable by them, and if that's the case, then shit's gonna be going down with the unions, and then that might cause problems for the voice actors themselves. Yeah. Who even knows? I don't know the specifics, you know, I don't work in this business or anything like that. I'm only going off the information we have and what I can understand, but God.
Yeah, it's a shit show. It's a big shit show.
Oh, that's so stupid.
I can't even... The funny thing is, I can't even predict how it's going to go down, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but Helena calling for the boycott, a lot of people are saying, like, even though we agree with you, no. Which, I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna put it 100% bluntly, you know, even if this were something even more, like, if this were, I don't know, what's a good example? If this was Troy Baker not playing Joel in The Last of Us, well, that's a story-driven game. Maybe that's not a good argument. If this was Ruben Langdon not returning to play Dante, and Dante's fully playable and everything, I highly fucking doubt anyone's gonna like, a significant number of people's gonna boycott, you know, Devil May Cry 6 for not having Ruben Langdon.
Well, in fairness, I don't know. The Devil May Cry community has proven to be fairly loyal, especially to the voice actors.
I mean, to be fair, most people... Maybe it's not a good analogy also, because a lot of people don't care too much for Ruben Langdon on a personal level, because he's kind of a weird fella.
Okay, so, like, for example, like, it's kind of like when David Hayter didn't return as Snake, which, fuck you, Kojima. There was no boycott or anything. A fuck ton of people bought Phantom Pain anyway.
Yeah, Phantom Pain is, I think, the best-selling Metal Gear game, so...
Which makes sense. It's pretty fun. Granted,
pretty good game.
On the PC version, I did, in fact, get a mod that replaces Venom's voice with David Hayter, because I don't know how Kiefer Sutherland is on the acting front normally, but God, is he so bland in fucking Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I like Kiefer Sutherland, but his voice performance... I mean, granted, he just doesn't even have that much voice work in the game anyways, but, you know.
Exactly, and that's obviously by intention on Kamiya's part, because of the way that the story plays out and everything like that, and he's supposed to be more of a blank slate than he is, you know, but even so, just... I mean, just Hayter... The way that Hayter came to play the character was just so iconic in his own right. It really bums me out that he didn't make a return. Damn it! At least that one was a skill fail.
Skill issue. Like in Dead Space.
Skill issue indeed. God fuck me. Yes, I have decided upon Devil May Cry 3 for this Spooktober stream. It's technically relevant. The series was directed originally by Kamiya.
This secret mission is fucking brutal. Holy fuck. What else was it? This in general is crazy because what if more voice actors start doing this? Yeah, it's so strange that the voice acting business, despite how big gaming is, they are not treated with the same respect by their employers, I should say, as like Hollywood actors. Because, you know, Troy Baker, let's I think it'd be fair to call him like gaming's equivalent to like Brad Pitt, right? Like he is a fucking huge deal.
Everything.
Yeah, and he is a very known person, even by people who don't really play games that much.
And he's been in, I've said it before. God fucking damn it. One of these days I'm not going to get hit by that. I've said it before already, but like he's in everything.
Yeah, he is really in everything. What the fucking shit is this? Ugh. But yeah, like if someone... Actually, you know what's probably a really good example? Scarlett Johansson with Disney.
Oh, yeah. What exactly happened there? I'd forgotten.
So basically part of her agreement with Disney was that the movie would originally start, Black Widow would come out in theaters first and then go on to Disney Plus, but apparently it went to theaters and Disney Plus simultaneously, and that affected how much she was making anyways when she was already not being paid very much.
Damn.
And then when that happened, they threw her under the bus saying that she was being insensitive towards what was going on with COVID and things like that. They fucked that was
Oh
Disney's.
god, Disney has no fucking right to tell me that anybody is being insensitive about anything. You
Let's
fuckers.
just remember that Disney World was open during that time.
Let's also forget the fact that they filmed near concentration camps and then proceeded to credit the province with the concentration camps in Mulan's credits. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh yeah, that Mulan. Oh fuck that fucking movie.
And also had an actress who was more than okay with what was going on in Hong Kong with police brutality.
Oh, she wasn't just more than okay. She fucking supported that shit.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, Disney. Oh, guys, Scarlett Johansson is being insensitive because we're definitely an authority on being socially conscious. God,
But you know how Scarlett Johansson handled that? She kept her business with Disney and with the lawyers and shit. Word got out on its own. Everyone supported her because people are smart enough to figure that shit out. Helena Taylor, on the other hand, felt it necessary, prudent to...
This long? Years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
only to break the NDA anyways.
Like, if you were gonna break it, you may as well have broken it at the beginning. Now, granted, again, you know, we're obviously people from the outside looking in. We don't know everything. And for all we know, the lawyers and everything could have been the ones who, dissuaded her and were like, hey, yeah, you should definitely, like, keep on the DL about this.
For all we know, if I were to give benefit of the doubt, her lawyers might have been, no, you can actually break this and you'll be fine because of this, this, and this reason. In which case, hey, cool. I don't know. To me, her behavior seems indicative of someone who is more worried about making money than portraying this character that she supposedly cares so much about, which, to me, is important in all this, even though I know that might sound preachy and sappy.
Yeah.
But if someone's priority is money, then I'm just gonna be real, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just, everybody has to make a living, that's just a fact, but also, like, my thing is, like, if you're worried about the money you're gonna make, that's perfectly fine. You know, you're playing a very iconic character who's very beloved, he's got a lot of net worth. If you want to be paid what you think you deserve to be paid, then that's fine. Just be honest about the fact that it's about the pay, if that's the case. Don't come to me with some moral preaching when in reality you just want to get paid. Again, if you want to get paid, fine. Everybody needs money to live. That's just a basic amenity. But be honest about it. Because I don't think we gain anything by you lying.
Right.
If
Mizzy Marvel said, there are more effective ways to bring attention to a cause instead of a boycott. I feel if she decided to break the NDA terms, she should have just taken the opportunity to expose all of it. Yeah, that's the weird part for me, is that she'll break the NDA, but what we get is like 6 minutes of a video on Twitter. Which, I'm sorry, if your way of, like, breaking the news is through Twitter, that's also something that I'm just like, really? Like,
yeah.
Like, you have a $1 million net worth and a huge position in this industry. Like, you can do better than that, and you know you can do better than that.
If I was Helena, I'd have gotten the biggest fucking video game news outlet that I can find, and I would have set up an interview, to be honest.
Oh, Mizzy Marvel also mentions, this is something I was gonna mention this, but I forgot about it. She said, I thought it was odd when she mentioned the possibility of her going homeless recently in one of the videos. Then I saw her net worth. Yeah, how is this person with a net worth of $1 million about to go homeless because she didn't get one voice acting? Now, granted, big voice acting gig. I'm sure she got a pretty significant payout from the first 2 Bayonettas. I think she said she actually got like several million from those roles or something like that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, or that Platinum Games made millions. Either way, like, yeah. And granted, I don't know Helena Taylor's personal life. I don't know her financial situations, what's going on. But it is really strange to me when someone who makes millions all of a sudden says that they were at risk of going homeless at this point in their gig, at this point in their career, you know?
Yeah. It's all just very fishy, and I don't know who decided it.
Yeah, it's very strange. And I don't know. I don't feel like Helena Taylor is giving us... I feel like she only gave the information that she felt would put people in the mindset of going against Platinum Games and boycotting, which is...
Yeah. If that's the case, then that's a very scummy thing to do, but again, at the moment, I'm not believing anybody outright because we just don't know all of the information. Once we know all of the information and everything, fine. I'll choose sides then.
This information at face value is very shallow.
Yep. And it reeks. It reeks of moral ambiguity.
It reeks of insincerity, too.
Yeah. Hey, yo,
Now, I will say what would be a really fucking bad idea would be if Helena Taylor came out and said, you know, if you're gonna have me do this role in the third entry, you need to at least give me X amount of money, because then that runs the risk of, oh, she wants that much money for that one role? I don't know about that one, fam.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Again, if she had felt that that was the amount that she would have been reasonably owed, then that's fine. I can't say, you know, obviously I can't say for sure whether or not I'd agreed with her, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to fault her for saying, yeah, this is the money that I believe that I would be owed for this role, because everybody needs to get paid. However, again...
Well, my point is that she runs the risk of sounding completely unreasonable at that point. Like, if she was like, you know, Troy Baker made this much off The Last of Us, I deserve at least that much. That's when I'd be like, oh, that's not the thing you want to say.
Yeah. Now, granted, if it's true that Platinum had only offered her $4,000 for the role, then yeah, I would say that she has every right to raise a bit of a stink and be like, that's an absurd fucking amount to give, one, such a big release, and two, such a big voice actor. On top of also just being unreasonable for the amount of work, because, spoiler, voice acting is fucking hard, and it
requires quite a bit of talent.
And a surprising amount of maintenance on your body, because if your throat and your voice doesn't work well, you're fucked.
Yep.
So I would absolutely say that it deserves a decent amount of money for the talent required, just like acting itself. But, gotta be honest, at the moment, I'm not 100% believing Helena on this.
Yeah, Mizzy Marvel said it seems like she's omitting pertinent information, and I'm inclined to agree.
Myself as well. It's a very, very based and astute observation, Mizzy.
Yes, very. Thank fucking God I did the secret mission. That was a skill check. Yeah. All of this reminds me of what was going on with the whole Crunchyroll and Kyle McCarley situation. I have no idea. Do you know about that, Luz?
I have no idea. I know Crunchyroll is fucking terrible as a business, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that specific situation.
I had Crunchyroll for like 1 month because I just wanted to watch like a series. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! One of the series 5 V-Rains, but and then I went to try and cancel, and it was so fucking difficult. Like, canceling a subscription to Crunchyroll is one of the most painstaking fucking subscription cancelings you can ever put yourself through. It is really frustrating. It is, like, I had to get a hold of people in charge of it, because at the time, I think they've gotten better. I think they've at least, like, they at least include a cancel my subscription option, but, like, I literally could not find an option to do so, like, on the apps and on the web browser. Like, I had to get a hold of them to cancel it, which is utter fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a lot of companies absolutely make it difficult to cancel subscriptions on purpose, because I feel like their intention is to be like, oh, we're gonna make this so difficult that they're eventually just gonna be like, fuck it, I don't care, it's not worth it, and then they're gonna keep paying just because they're still subscribed.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
But, no.
Our customers are idiots.
Yeah, that's the way you should always treat your customers.
Crunch my roll, master. Alright, Brother Near. Also, welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream, Brother Near. If you're interested, I am also streaming Devil May Cry for Spooky Move.
No, don't go to his stream. He's a butthead.
No, everybody can have 2 streams open at once. Double C streaming experience.
What do you think this is? 2022?
Damn, bro, you're right. I'm speaking about technologies not hitherto unknown.
Luce, if we ever like blow up as a channel, I'm gonna start every offer I make you at $4,000.
Oh, damn, bro. Honestly, thanks. 4,000
I mean,
bucks? Fuck,
no. What I'm saying is, if we're like making a shit ton of, which I don't think that's gonna happen, but if we were like making a shit ton of money, like, you know, fucking thousands of dollars off one C stream or something crazy like that, I'm just gonna be like, hey, Luce, so $4,000, does that seem alright?
And I'll be like, no, I'm gonna break our NDA agreement fucking 5 years later.
Oh, God.
Or however long it took for Bayonetta 3 to get developed.
Yeah, because, well, when it was announced, like, it was given a proper trailer last year. I think it was like September 21st, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And at that point, people noticed, like, oh, hey, that's not Helena Taylor. What's going on? They started tweeting her, and she was like, no, I wasn't approached for the gig. I don't know what's going on. I guess you're not going to hear my voice in that game.
She did say she wasn't approached for the gig. Oh, boy.
So, that's her, I guess that's her way of respecting the fucking NDA, but I don't know, man. You mislead people, and then try to play all high and mighty. That's a tightrope you're walking.
Yep.
Kyle McCarley discussed his dispute with Crunchyroll over their reluctance to use union contracts. Oh God, yeah, I could see that being the case with Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loki, if you don't shut the fuck up. Damn, that is quite the weapon. I have such a bad habit of trying to use R1 to target instead of L2 with Bayonetta, which it probably doesn't help that in Devil May Cry 5 and in the other Devil May Cry games, I have different lock-ons for different buttons for different characters, so yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it, mate.
I tell you, that do.
Listen, look here, mate. All right, listen, look here.
No, look here.
Look here. All right. Appearing offline does not help at all. Jim broke. So, Al, I can't currently see it, but how goes the Bayonetta 2?
It's been going pretty good. Bayonetta 2 is so fucking smooth. It's just a great old video game, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
That's good.
Yeah. Also, no quick time events like in the first game. So nice. They got the memo.
That is pretty cool. I like that they did that. I like that they did make it.
Oh man, can you imagine like a Metal Gear Rising sequel with no quick time events and improved combat? Oh,
damn, bro. That would be pretty cool.
Man, this is a fucking cool enemy. Fuck. Kind of tough. Oh, hey, Luce, you ever play a game? You probably haven't. You ever play a game called Overcooked?
I've heard of it. It's something that I have wanted to play, but never got around to.
Overcooked is basically, it's like a cooking mama kind of game where you're trying to make food and all that shit, for like orders and all. And I got my girlfriend a Switch. I mentioned that to you, and now that she owns it, I don't have to worry about her hearing it on stream. Excuse me. That was probably very hot, but
Absolutely.
anyways, I got her a Switch, and she bought Overcooked because her and her friends played it once, and we played it earlier today, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about getting. We should get it and play it together as well, El.
I'd be down for some Overcooked.
Hey yo, my first S rank. Let's go, boy.
Mizzy says, I do gotta say I've had jobs that had NDAs and it was a tightrope answering questions from the public media, but who knows with this one. Yeah, I'm assuming that that's in reference to Helena Taylor, you know, kind of stoking the flames on the rumors, which I don't know. If I were in her position, I would have just completely ignored it until it was my time to say something. That's what Scarlett Johansson did, or seems to be doing.
Gotta play your cards carefully with this kind of thing.
For sure. Papa's games are better. Who's Papa?
Are they talking about Kasuno? Because he's definitely my papa.
Brother Nier, I don't know, he said it after...
or is he talking about Yoko Taro, who's the director of the Nier games?
He said it after Overcooked, I don't know.
I'm going to headcanon that he's talking about the Nier games. Those are pretty based. I have fucked myself tonight.
If they ever do remake DMC 2, every time Dante and Lucia are together, it should be a protect mission where she screams Dante's name similar to Ashley. Now that will be the ultimate gaming experience. All right, now look here.
Look here, Lucia. Okay.
Look here, anime rage. You need to quit that shit.
Look here, Lucia.
Brother Nier calls.
Does not help.
Brother Nier calls Yoko Taro daddy.
Ah, that's fair. Yoko Taro's games are pretty fucking great.
Is that you said that was the person who made Nier Automata?
Just
and the other Nier games.
I
You know what's funny? Brother Nier, this will probably interest you. So that Nier Automata, that Nier Nier Tomato. I'm not near one right now. I'm just having a laugh. Is what I'm doing. You know, just to be clear. But that Nier Automata, I've had the Game of the Year edition probably a good 3.5 years now. I haven't even touched the game. I haven't played it once. I played the demo when the demo first came out.
What?
Psychonautic therapy. All right, now look here, Psychonautic. You need to calm down. Flirting with the fanboy in my chat now. Oh, am I about to fight the Lumen Sage? Because that boss fight was really good last time. Oh, face reveal.
I'm currently fighting Jester and embarrassing myself on the screen by getting hit by everything that he throws at me. Ah, fuck you!
Also, that's heresy level. Let's go play. Dude, I know I'm gonna at some point.
He's been saying that for years. Don't believe him, Brother Nier.
Hey, now look here, Lou, shut up.
Look here, Mr. Belmont, who has not finished Mass Effect 3. Correct, Al. I haven't.
My guy, you got like a third of the way through it, and then you're just like,
am I already a third of the way through it? I can't be that far through already.
I don't think so.
But if it does make you feel any better, I do plan on finishing it. I just don't know when.
I'm sure you do.
I want to play it, okay? I do.
Because you were like, oh my god, this game's so much better. This game's so much better, Lovelace.
It was so much better. It felt so good to play. I don't know what happened to my interest in it. I'm sorry. I'm the type of autistic where my hyperfixation falls real fast. I'm not even joking.
This is a fucking cool fight so far. I gotta say now.
Funny, I'm on the mission where I fight Agni and Ruja. That's actually one of the.
Ooh, I love Agni and Ruja. That fight slaps.
Bro, pro tip for anybody who is planning to fight Agni and Ruja again. Royal Guard is a very good way to quickly disarm them.
Also a Sword Master because you can do like the spin with Rebellion.
This is true, but also Royal Guard because Royal Guard go.
I mean, Royal Guard's the best, but.
Oh, absolutely. But no, it should definitely just be the dedicated block button at all times, and style switching is the worst action game decision ever made.
That's the... You know, he changed his username?
Oh, really? What did he change it to?
I want to say it's like Undead Gaming.
Stupid?
It's like Undead Gaming, something like that. I don't remember exactly because I looked it up a while back, but it's been a minute.
I know people are going to be like, oh, funny calling somebody else's name stupid when you're Luce Belmont. And I'm like, yes, I am. Because that
First of all, Luce Belmont's a cool name. Second, Loveless is literally my surname, so it's...
Oh, that's interesting. If you fucking Enigma shoot me one more time, I'm going to freak the fuck out.
Whoa, Luce, you gonna use the gamer word on my stream like that, bro?
Yes, I use the gamer word Enigma.
Wow. Brother Near, can you believe this guy? I need you to ban him from the Sierra Madre.
You know, it's funny. You are going to get me canceled one day because of that. I guarantee it. Because somebody's gonna think that's just actually what I said. And it's like, no, I didn't say it.
Look, I'm gonna be that guy who says I have a black friend and say that I'm dating an Afro-Latina woman, so I think I'm okay.
Bro.
Not that would excuse me saying I'm not gonna fucking say it because I have respect.
Obviously not.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
sure
know,
she
like
would
I
no
can.
longer be your girlfriend if that happened.
We do the thing where it's like, have you ever seen that comedy bit where like this black guy goes up to this white guy and he's being really aggressive, and so the white guy like he'll be like, "Hey, chill out," and then he hands the mic over to his black friend so he can say the gamer word.
No.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
That, but that does sound kind of hilarious.
That's just what I'll do with GF. I'll just like point my hand to her like I'm holding a mic, and we don't actually do that.
I figured as much. But yes, to anybody.
This fight is fucking awesome, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. This fight is really goddamn cool.
It's funny you say that.
Visually and mechanically.
It's funny you say
Oh
that.
shit.
Because I'm playing Devil May Cry 3, and I love the game a bit, but God, some of these bosses fucking suck.
It's a mixed bag. That's for fucking sure.
Oh, absolutely. You've got fucking primo quality, like obviously all of the Virgil fights, Agni and Rudra. The first Vanguard fight I think is actually pretty cool. The way it sort of subverts your expectations, where it presents the Vanguard as like a boss monster, but then it's an enemy that you regularly kill later on.
Back when that wasn't a bad design, this is gonna sound hypocritical of me, but back when that wasn't a dumb design choice, like in certain modern games.
Well, it's because of the fact that the Vanguard isn't used fucking constantly. They're sparing with it.
Yeah.
And he's usually used to cap off areas, much like, you know, reused bosses in Elden Ring. But again, the point is fucking restraint. They're very restrained when it comes to using that enemy.
Yo, I don't know who this Lumen Sage is, but he's a bad motherfucker. What have people been saying? I'm not even looking at the chat. If Loki returns in Bayonetta 3, they should make him older and have Tom Hiddleston voice him. Now that would be epic. Yeah, that'd be cool. I love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Like, I know it's kind of, I don't know, basic maybe, but I don't fucking care. Tom Hiddleston rocks.
Fuck people who say that. He plays the role well.
Brother Near said the dark side of Loose in the making right here.
Nah,
it's funny you said. It's funny he said dark side, and we're talking about.
Oh my god, shut up! It is funny he says that though, because I have made a dark version of my character from my porn escapades that I definitely don't have.
All right.
In fact, that's who you're seeing on screen right now. That's my alter ego who's evil and also makes porn.
That's his incognito image. That's totally incognito now. Also,
Correct.
they can't see it because I don't have that stuff up.
Well, if they're on my stream, then they can see it, and they can see your beautiful character.
My character's pretty cool. Girlfriend likes him.
Ah, yes, Royal Guard in Devil May Cry 3, where you can cancel your shotgun shots with Royal Guard to basically fire almost as fast as any Ivory. God, I love this game.
Who's? What the fuck?
Oh, baby boy, let's go, son. Get fucked, Rudra. Ah, fuck. I got fucked. That's all. Alright, it's time to focus on the brother.
Oh, and for those wondering why I'm actually watching the cutscenes, it's because I haven't actually beaten Bayonetta 2 and I want to know the story.
Damn, based. What's that? Actually paying attention to the game you're playing? Bro, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Then I just started skipping cutscenes.
Bro, I don't like games like this that are like fantasy with like castles and dragons and dungeons. Oh god, no! Agni started carrying me forward with his body. It was kind of hot, but I also wasn't here for it. Oh fuck. Oh fuck! That royal guard animation is so satisfying, dude.
Lumen Sage is Balder? Oh, that's cool.
Oh, fuck.
I don't understand the story or what I'm doing. Skips every cutscene. Yeah, that'll do it.
Bro, like, honestly, how could you misinterpret Devil May Cry 5 story so bad that you don't think that fucking Urizen and V are working together? I mean, how could you not know that?
That's true.
And in case anyone is wondering, that is something that somebody actually unironically believes. His name is Unalive Trajectory.
Not anymore.
God. I mean, that's probably a good thing. I would also rebrand myself completely if all of the videos on my channel were dog shit.
Woohoo! Damn.
I'm sorry.
Crispin Freeman. He's the voice of Balder in this game. That's cool. Actually, I met Crispin Freeman once at a Comic-Con a while back. That was really cool.
That's dope. Also, I'm sorry. Normally, I'm a little more gentle when it comes to my prodding, but after everything that happened with Vector, I do not give a single fuck.
I mean, I don't imagine he follows me, and I really can't imagine. I don't know why he would care. So.
Fuck out.
Oh shit, opening the gate to hell.
God damn, Ruger. Get fucked, my
Wait,
guy.
so if this is Balder, then Bayonetta's gonna have to find a way to make him killable. That was a fucking cringe-ass bronze medal. It was a cool fight though, so I don't care.
Let's go! I managed to kill both of them before either of them could take the other's sword. Let's fucking go!
That always feels good.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think the question, a question that I just thought of, I'm wondering how other voice actors are gonna, specifically Bayonetta voice actors are gonna respond to this whole thing, because I feel like one of two things is gonna happen. One, they're gonna come out and be on her side completely, which is what I expect. But the other, could you fucking imagine if we got another Vic Mignogna situation where everyone's like, nah, they're a piece of shit to work with, actually.
Damn.
I don't think that would happen because Helena Taylor's been at this for years and does not have that rep. But, I mean, then again, Vic Mignogna was, I don't know.
And I still don't know everything about the Vic Mignogna situation. So.
Oh yeah, Crispin Freeman also voices Itachi in Naruto. Yeah, that's a very different voice than this. That's cool.
He also voices Alucard in the English dub of Hellsing.
Yep, that was also mentioned.
And he voiced Rude originally in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Oh boy.
You know, that dog shit movie that people like.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Hey lady, as much as I love you, God you're hot, I'm going to skip your cutscene.
Wow, I cannot believe you would just, like, wow, Luce hates women. Can't believe it.
Yes, how dare I sexually talk about a character that I love to bits? How dare I? I'm so terrible.
You want to have sex with someone? Wow, do you, like, hate their guts or something? Like, what the fuck?
God. Yeah, you have no idea. I actually, like, lady, I actually want her to, like, drop dead. And I forgot to equip Agni Ruja, despite the fact that I just bought an ability.
Damn, Luce is into the rigor mortis sensations, huh?
you're gonna hate me for this. I've been to the rigor mortis situation. Oh, that was terrible.
Oh my god.
I turned myself into a devil hunter, Morty. I'm Devil Rick.
I turned myself into a corpse, Morty. Now fuck my corpse.
Oh God.
Man, I love Lady in DMC 3. Amazing character and amazing backstory, but God, her boss battle sucks. She just keeps... Yeah, her boss battle's kind of booty. Unfortunately, not the good kind.
Unfortunately, there are some fucking bangers, but unfortunately, most of the bosses in Devil May Cry 3 aren't that great. It's funny to me. I think 1 and 5 have the best roster of bosses overall.
I don't know. 1 has Nightmare, so...
Nightmare's based.
That's an opinion.
Correct. It is. It's quite a base boss.
Wow, he's just gonna hide behind, oh, it's my opinion. These fucking C's guys.
These fucking C's guys, dude. These fucking C's guys. Even though you called it an opinion. What a fucking hack I am. God, sorry guys. I hate women.
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
God, I just fucking hate their guts, dude.
Which time cannot be activated, but defeat all enemies, say I can do that.
Hold on, let me turn up the game audio a little bit. There we go. Also, Jesus fucking Christ, Dante's tits are so fat in this game.
What?
You fucking heard me.
What the fuck?
I said Dante's tits are so fat in this game. I didn't stutter, Loveless.
You sure didn't, Luce. You sure didn't.
Damn right. Oh God, it's time for that room where enemies with Dante must die mode unless I hit this fucking dial a bunch.
Oh yeah, they got Devil Trigger too, instant.
They sure fucking do. It's an interesting
Nightmare
room.
this. Nightmare. Oh yeah. Man, Anime Rage. He's taking my side on this. He said Nightmare, also the stupid panther that has that insta kill move. Ooh.
Oh, trust me, I'm not a fan of Shadow either.
Yeah, Shadow's.
I like the concept of Shadow, but it doesn't mesh with Devil May Cry. Much like the Fury and every other Shadow equivalent in the series.
I think it's hard for an enemy that can't be launched to be as fun to fight, you know, because immediately that's a whole other mode of combat that you do not have access to now, you know?
Yeah, well, it's also the fact that, like, it's just invulnerable at points whenever it decides, which is, again, it's not something that meshes with Devil May Cry. At least in the case of the Virgil fights, they're bosses, so they're implied to be special encounters, and you can still control the pace of Virgil fights by attacking him.
You just, your mic just went boop, blah, boop, blah. I don't know what you just said.
Sorry. At least in the case of Virgil fights, you can still control the pace of the fight by attacking him, which he will immediately counterattack after.
Yeah. You have
His agency.
Your ability to fight him more freely comes from your understanding of him.
Yeah.
Which can be said for every other enemy, but with him it's more strict because he's the final boss.
Yeah. With Shadow, however, it's just allowed to not be vulnerable when it wants to. And so, yeah, I'm not a fan of Shadow.
Yeah.
I'll defend Nightmare, but I ain't gonna defend Shadow. Even if I
Why
do
would you
think
defend Nightmare? Why?
Because I think he's based. I would obviously have to play the game again in order to come up with an actual, like, well-detailed defense.
He has an attack that makes you fight bosses.
Correct.
Kinda not based.
God, what is happening? Why is this room in particular causing the game to slow down?
Fuck! Ah, almost had it. Shit.
And that's all of the essences.
I'll get it in a second. Have you beaten the first Bayonetta, Luce?
I have not. That is probably something that I should get on, and I might stream it at some point, but I have not beaten it yet.
That's fair. Oh, here's a good question. Is Luce still working on the DMC reboot gameplay critique? That's not me, Josh, neither. Someone actually asked that.
Oh, shit. Okay, look. I mean, there's actually somebody who asked about it.
You can go to my stream right now. Yes, the Grey Walker.
Oh, yeah, I have it pulled up. I'm obviously not watching it because I'm streaming my own thing. want to continue making it. I just don't know what of value I could add to the discussion at the moment. It's also hard for me to work on things right now because of the way my works.
You got the Da Vinci complex, where he starts shit and then he's like, never mind.
I absolutely have a Da Vinci complex. It's bad. I will say, I'm making progress at least, because normally, with each animation that I've started, I have finished. So, there's at least that. But in terms of making the DMC critique, or gameplay critique, it is still something that I want to do. I just have to find the motivation and ability to do it without completely stressing myself out and, you know, forcing myself to do it.
I think part of it has to do with the fact that we've also talked a shit ton about DMC, so
we have.
It's like, you know, burnout happens in different amounts to different people, but at the same time, it's undeniable that we've talked a lot about it.
We have, and that might honestly be part of the reason why it was so hard for me, was because of the fact that it's been a topic that we have talked about so fucking much.
Yeah, we'll occasionally mention it for references and stuff, but
yeah,
you know.
We haven't been talking. I'm actually kind of glad we haven't been talking about it as much recently, because it's been a decent break. But yeah, I think that's part of the reason as to why the DMC critique was so hard for me, because like it wasn't anything new for me. It's just something that we've talked about so much.
Right.
But to whoever asked,
we had even talked about doing a C's episode on DMC 5 on PC, because you know we finally got it. It was really great.
Yeah, which I'm unfortunately still not able to play because my fucking computer has conniptions every time I try.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
This is an interesting sentence.
But to whoever asked that question, because I've already forgotten, I apologize. I love you. But it is something that I still want to make. When it's gonna happen, I can't give any guarantees. But I appreciate you asking.
They say that's understandable. Just was looking forward to it since watching that story critique. I did, I guess. Burnout is also understandable if you don't want to force yourself. It's okay. Yep.
God damn it! Somebody's looking forward to it. But now I have to fucking do it. I can't let you down.
Phantasmarini. It's Phantom, big spider.
What about Phantom?
Phantom, he's in Bayonetta too.
Oh, well that's cool. So when's that Devil May Cry and Bayonetta crossover happening again?
For fucking real.
Everybody's basically just accepted that they're in the same universe, and neither of the devs have not confirmed it, or have denied it yet. There's even a fucking Tony Redgrave, an Antonio Redgrave constantly referenced in Bayonetta 2.
In Bayonetta 1 also, I think.
Or sorry, Bayonetta 1. That was what I meant.
Ooh, that's a cool fight. This is your Phantom fella. Sorry, I've not been reading all the comments. I appreciate DMC1 demons for at least looking scary. The marionette flying scissor demons in DMC1 always be tricky looking. Yeah, I like the DMC1 enemy designs. They're really good.
Oh yeah. Also gotta love a lot of their enemy descriptions, like how the fucking claws around the frosts are said to be below absolute zero. Because Hideki Kamiya is the kind of man who looks at a state that is the only theoretical state that could destroy matter itself and says, no, that's not low enough.
I want more. I want more.
Which I have to respect him for.
Nero would be a fun in-between character, as Busters would be a replacement for Wicked Weave. Oh, I would love to see, like, fucking Wicked Weave and Buster moments between Devil May Cry and Bayonetta characters. That'd be fucking sick.
It would be cool.
Mizzy Marvel says this enemy looks sick. Yeah, so this is big old Spider Boy is actually a Devil May Cry 1 boss, which you fight multiple times because that's Devil May Cry 1's thing. And yeah, I guess Kamiya owns the design rights. I don't know. I don't know how that really works. But he's included it in other things. So yeah, he seems to really like Phantom, which is cool because Phantom fucking rocks.
He does. I don't know.
Although it is called by a different name, and the design is slightly different, so there might be like limits. As it might actually be owned by Capcom and be something that they let him play around with. I'm not really sure
Yeah,
the details.
I know that copyright is a little more lax in Japan than it is in the West, so it could just be that, like, Kamiya gets to make the argument that, oh, it's just an homage.
Yeah, it's an homage to his own previous works, which, yeah, copyright in Japan is so interesting because there's so much crossover material, and it seems like most businesses are like, oh, you want to do a crossover? Fucking sick, bro, let's go.
Yeah. Remember that time that fucking Yami Yugi appeared in Bobobo and was actually drawn by Ashley? That was kind of sick.
That's fucking sick.
And I know that.
And I guess Konami was cool with him doing it.
Yeah, I guess so. And I know that your mortal enemy, but the creator for JoJo recently reached.
Cringe.
The creator for JoJo, for one of his birthday milestones, a lot of shonen artists drew different characters from his works in celebration of his birthday, which was also really sweet.
Oh, like in the style of his characters?
Well, his characters in their own art styles.
Oh, that's cool. That's really fucking cool.
Taichi Kubo, the creator of Bleach, his in particular, God, his art is so fucking slick.
Yeah. Yeah, Bleach art in general is always really fucking nice.
Yeah. God, I'm getting gaspy. I prefer his earlier works to his newer works, but like his newer works still have a ton of style. Oh dear lord, this is a clusterfuck. So many lusts. All right.
Oh man, this hellish design, I am digging it for Bayonetta 2. That looks fucking sick.
Yeah, the Underworld is something that I wish the DMC games would explore more because it comes in so many different flavors.
They really do.
Like, there's a holy looking part of it in DMC 3. I really like the way they went for it in DMC 1. In DMC 2, it looked like ass. Because everything
it sure did.
Most things in that game look like fucking ass.
I will say, even though its design was very simple, I really like the Despair Embodied.
Oh yeah, I did too. It was one of the... It was actually one
Despair
of the bosses.
Embodied is like the pinnacle of that game.
It is. It's one of those bosses where if it was in a good game, it might actually work.
It would be quite well remembered.
Well, it's funny you say it would be quite well remembered because it's one of the only bosses that people do remember in that game.
True.
Remember the fucking tri-headed bitch?
Oh, Trismagia, fuck that boss.
Oh god, I can't believe you actually remember his fucking name, bro. Props to you.
I mean, hey, I've been spoiler, I'm working on Devil May Cry 6 pitch. But I finished the script forever ago, but look, that is going to be a long video, and it's going to take a lot of work to make, so don't expect it for a while. It's taking way longer than I expected, plus I want to finish other things first. But yeah, for DMC 6, I wanted to incorporate shit from every Devil May Cry game, including the reboot.
Interesting.
I took it upon myself to be like, I want to take every fucking asset this series has to offer, and I want to do something with it.
That's fair.
Remember my Dead Space 4 pitch, which was like half an hour long? Yeah, right now the script read time for this Devil May Cry 6 pitch is about 4.5 hours long, so...
I did start working on a video about DMC 2, though. Will it ever see the light of day? Who fucking knows?
You did talk about that before. Let's see. Oh man, I love Phantom in DMC 1. Was a bit played out in DMC 2, but I hate the spider enemies in DMC 3. Oh yeah, I don't like the spider enemies in DMC 3.
Yeah, all I have to say
they're
about
just annoying.
All I have to say about the spider enemies in DMC 3 is that the next time you play DMC 3, make sure you have Agni and Rudra. Because, like, there are certain weapons in the game that feel like they do more damage to certain enemies than others, and Agni and Rudra definitely fucking cooks them.
Yeah, and they also suffer from the same issue as Shadow, where you can launch them at, like, a specific point in breaking down their defense, but,
yeah, my problem is,
just...
I think enemies that can't be launched can work in DMC. I mean, we have the Behemoth in 5. the thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it is,
Well, the thing about the Behemoth is that it's big enough to allow for you to still use your aerial combat.
yeah, and it's pretty slow, so like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not so fucking fast that you can barely do anything to it, like the spiders, because there are some enemies in the.
Did her bullets just multiply into a heart shape? They sure did. That's Bayonetta in a nutshell.
That's Camilla for you, honestly. That's peak Camilla.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking racist bastard.
Basically. Oh, Bulwark. Bulwark was also a cool idea. I agree. I liked the character of Bulwark, but the boss fights were actually kind of decent. They weren't great, but they were decent.
God, Virgil, so good.
Do you remember Bulwark in DMC2?
Yes, he was also one of the only enemies that was in any way, shape, or form memorable.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. I think the only thing that kind of made me not like him as much was the inclusion of the dogs, because then I was like, I want this one-on-one fight.
Yeah. DMC2 just suffers from a lot of, you know, you had some good ideas, but unfortunately...
Didn't have time to polish them and execute them well, so...
Yeah. I mean, it was 4 months out, and the only thing they had in the game was fucking Stinger.
Yep.
And to this day,
I thought it was 7 months.
7.
Which not much of a difference, but you know.
There's a lot of different accounts. I remember it as 4 months. It might have been 7. I'll have to check that later. But to this day, the original director still is not known. Which, why would he want to be?
I can't say I blame him. The wolves were annoying, but seeing Odin's skeleton was great. Yeah, he had a really cool design. I will say, DMC2, the weird thing about DMC2 is that Dante plays like ass, but, well, yeah, no, he plays like ass.
Yeah,
and but Lucia and Trish play pretty well. Lucia is definitely the more better realized between her and Dante, and she has really nice movement, which, funny enough, I would actually compare it to Bayonetta's movement in a lot of ways. And Trish is just DMC1 Dante with lasers, so...
Yeah.
You know.
Which, of course, that would play well, because Dante and DMC1, for the most part, despite being a little clunky, still played well.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's pretty good. That is a cool looking enemy. Sloth. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see it, fam squad. Oh man.
I'm liking this enemy's design. It is really fucking cool.
Oh man, I can't wait until Mission 18 when I can do the Navon and Agni and Rudra Infinite.
Oh, they have an infinite?
Yeah, so basically, if you go into the air and you use the Swordmaster ability of... You use the first 2 hits of Agni and Rudra's Swordmaster ability, and then you switch to Navon and use the aerial Swordmaster ability. And then if you alternate between those 2, you can basically just stay in the air for nigh infinity.
Cool.
That's a strategy that's commonly used on the Leviathan boss fight to bypass a lot of the headache.
That is fair.
Shit boss. And I have no compunction about calling it fucking ass.
Oh, let's see it. Oh, I spin. I didn't get the full thing, but cool.
Which, funnily enough, Bayonetta's another case of, like, I think the game overall is good so far. I just haven't been a fan of, like, any of the bosses.
The final bosses are really fucking good. Like, the last... Because you fight Jean, and then you fight the Lumen Sage, and then you fight the big boss at the end, and all 3 of them are really fucking good.
That's good.
Oh man, I'm like a Homura from Senran Kagura with all these swords.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, DMC2 didn't have the best rogues gallery of bosses like the Orangara, where all it would do is just keep climbing on top of the cage and just keep shooting. And yeah, oh god,
the Orangara was a fucking awful fight. God, do you remember the infested helicopter and the infested tank?
Oh boy, do I! Everyone remembers the infested chopper.
Yeah. God.
I'm really digging this environmental design. This is some cool looking shit. And these enemies I've been fighting are pretty cool. Like, this feels like the artists behind DMC1 were like, oh,
fuck.
next gen? Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, from what I saw earlier, even for a Switch game or a fucking Wii U game, I think it was. It still looks
Yeah, it
pretty
was a Wii U game. It's by far the best looking Wii U game. It's not even close.
Well, I mean, hey, Wind Waker HD was a thing.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That game looks pretty. It looks decent. I still think the original Wind Waker looks superior in a few ways, but HD was a decent attempt.
I played Wind Waker when I was younger and had mixed feelings on it. I never beat it though. I liked it overall. I just liked other Zelda games more.
Yeah, that's fair. I started playing it a little while back on a Naughty Boy emulator, and it's pretty good.
That's nice.
It was a pretty decent experience. It's not a difficult game, but it's a satisfying one. It's more of a feel-good experience than it is like a tough challenge, and it still has its own set of challenges to an extent as well. It's just not gonna bust your balls like other games might. Which, if you're under the mayo, that's a crime against humanity, basically.
It would appear so, yeah. Okay, so that sloth enemy that I was fighting, I got its swords, and holy fuck, were they cool.
What? Sloth? That's from Devil May Cry 3. That's copyrighted.
Yeah, sloth. The word sloth is copyrighted.
Oh god, yes, the Leviathan, where an intestine connects to a fucking retina. Peak.
Yeah.
Feature design. Peak, guys. Great work. It's too now.
It's because it's hell-tisms.
Of course. But will we ever get an answer to the question, are his clothes the son of a demon too?
The world may never know.
That was a joke like Gaming Grid, if anybody was wondering. I haven't checked his channel in a while. Kind of lost interest.
He has things that I agree with, things that I really like, and he has a couple videos where I'm like, Okay. He gave some major disrespect to PT Silent Hills, and I wasn't happy about that.
Damn. Okay, this is gonna sound weird. I don't know what it is about British YouTubers specifically, where sometimes they just feel really fucking pretentious, and like, no disrespect to Gaming Brit, but I definitely got the impression that sometimes Gaming Brit just felt really pretentious with some of his analyses. Like, don't get me wrong, he's made some bangers. Like, his Ratchet and Clank video, mwah, amazing. But sometimes he just has that feeling, if you get me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I wouldn't say British YouTubers in general.
Maybe it's because they're Brits, they got that pretentious
More
soft
YouTube.
voice.
There's just a lot of YouTubers that come off that way.
Yeah.
Only Zeldas I've beaten are the 2D ones. I figure I'll go through the 3D ones by release date. I recommend the 3D Zeldas. They're all pretty good from what I remember, except I remember Skyward Sword being not very good.
It was not from what I remember.
The final boss was cool, but other than that...
Oh, you mean Demise, who's definitely not Ganon?
Yeah. Well, he's the original.
Nah, he's not Ganon. They refused to call him that, so that means he's not Ganon.
And the thing with DMC2 is that it didn't really have a bad concept. The idea of anything could be a demon, but was just a collapse, or was just a collage of interesting ideas, horrible execution. Yeah, like, unironically, like, the DMC reboot basically takes the same concept of demons amongst society, but makes it really cringy.
Yeah, so fucking cringe.
DMC2's problem was that it just didn't have the time to expand on it. DMC reboot was, like, fucking cringe about it.
Yeah.
They're demons, living in every corner, in every area of society.
Right under our noses. We don't even know it. Oh god. Oh god. Laser.
And you know what? I'm sure the voice actor for El Dante is actually a decent guy and a decent voice actor, but that performance was really terrible.
It was.
Mostly because I'm sure the direction was god awful.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're both fine actors. Apparently the fucking voice actor for Virgin was a fucking Power Ranger at some point. Which was interesting to find out.
Wait, I'm sorry, I was reading a comment also. The voice actor for who?
Virgin. Apparently he was a Power Ranger at some point.
I mean, I'd believe it. Half the voice actors in the entire damn franchise are Power Rangers.
And apparently, from what I've heard, Virgin's Power Ranger that he played was pretty well beloved.
How Bayonetta 2 improved the gameplay over one heard mixed things. Oh boy, where do I begin? For a start, the inclusion of Umbral Climax, which is basically the Devil Trigger Rage mode thing, which is basically a limited time use of Mahakala, or not Mahakala, another. So in Bayonetta 1, if you got all the Umbral tiers, basically did everything, you got a accessory that gave you unlimited, where like all your attacks make the big hair demon whatever things come out for big damage and stuff. And then in Bayonetta 2, yeah. And in Bayonetta 2, they were like, let's just turn that into an actual like Devil Trigger thing where it's limited and you get to use, but you know, you have to juggle using that with your torture attacks and all that. Unlimited Wicked Weaves, yeah, that. And in this game, they made it into its own proper thing, it would seem. There's no quick time events other than the button mashing for torture attacks, which is great. Love it.
Please tell me, for the love of God, they're more lenient on those. For the love of fuck.
More lenient on... Oh, on the... Yes, they definitely are.
Thank God.
Yeah, you don't have to be fucking mashing the shit out of the controller from frame 1 to the end.
I mean, give myself Parkinson's?
Yeah, basically. Oh, that's its own weapon. Oh, shit. Cool. What else to say? Yeah, it just feels like to Bayonetta 1 what DMC 3 was to its predecessors. It's just a very solid improvement, just about every facet. It feels like, excuse me, well, it feels like dodging windows are, what's the word? I don't want to say more generous, but they feel more consistent. Like once you figure them out, they feel, you know, having figured them out, they feel easier to pull off. But you still have to learn them and learn the enemy's movesets. I appreciate Bayonetta 2 for not being as QTE heavy like Metal Gear Rising. Yeah, I love Metal Gear Rising, but the QTEs can fuck off.
Yep. Some of them, QTEs have such a weird place in my heart, because, like, the ones in Metal Gear Rising, like, at least they provide a spectacle that very few other games have ever provided, but also, like, I would rather just play the game.
Yeah, I think, one of Metal Gear Rising's best moments is when you do the sword fight with Excelsis, because, you know, after you rip it off and you mash the buttons so you suplex and all that shit, you're in total control. And I think if Metal Gear Rising had found a way to more naturally do those kinds of set pieces without the use of QTEs and all that, it would be really fucking cool. Yeah. QTEs can be neat for spectacle, but I just kind of suck at them. I mean, for me, it's just the fact that they're so mechanically simple, because all it is like, hey, we couldn't find a way to, like, fit this kind of thing into the game, so just press the button when you're prompted to, and the big button's gonna appear on the screen, kind of breaking you out of the game.
Yeah.
God of War is what really popularized QTEs, unfortunately.
QTEs require reflexes to an extent, but they don't require skill or thought, because you either press the button or you don't. There's no decision making or interesting gameplay to be had. You either do it or you don't, and that's it.
I do think Metal Gear Rising, of the games I've played, does QTEs the best because they're kept fairly simple. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna slow down time, you press the button to make this cool thing happen. Oh, you're clashing swords, you're gonna mash the button to overpower them, you know. Yeah. And it's pretty consistent in that regard, so you kind of know when to expect it.
Yeah, again, my thing with Metal Gear Rising is, like, I would prefer its QTEs not be a thing, but at least they provide a spectacle that other games have. Even God of War, which had a decent amount of spectacle, like, it doesn't
God of War 3. God of War 3 is pretty fucking great as far as, like, just making it feel like this really is like you're fighting the gods of Olympus.
Yeah. And of course,
God of War 3 is a good time. I really like God of War 3.
Yeah. It's weird because like there's part of me where it's like I don't necessarily like want to get rid of the QTEs and everything because they've given us some iconic moments, you know, like rules of nature. But at the same time, like, you know, the objective part of me is like, you know, these are very simple. They don't require skill. I would rather we find a more natural way to implement these kinds of set pieces. It's kind of like
I just think to myself, I look at the Buster from Devil May Cry 4 and what it did, and I'm like, if a mechanic like that existed in all these games to allow for those big flashy moments, but the player makes them happen, like, oh man, could you fucking like, because the compilations of the crazy spectacle moments of Metal Gear Rising would still exist. It would just some people wouldn't know about them, and then they'd be like, whoa, you can do that, holy fuck, because that's how I felt when I found out you could parry Buster, the final boss in Devil May Cry 4. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Or like how you can fucking parry Buster Virgil's dive bomb, which is so satisfying. You will accept my existence. Oh, that is so good. Yeah, I think that a Buster-like system would have been perfectly possible in Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I do appreciate that at least in Metal Gear Rising they're fairly simple, they don't take up too much time, and of course the spectacle is unique in its own right.
Whoa, oh man, I've been sleeping on Bayonetta 2's alternate weapons. These things are fucking cool.
Yeah, I realized that about Devil May Cry 3 when I started playing it again recently. God, I slept on so many weapons. Beowulf, fucking Navon. God, Navon is so good.
Okay, alright.
If anybody is planning on replaying Devil May Cry 3 at any point, try Navon. You won't be disappointed.
Yep, it's hard to learn, but when you do, goddamn do it feel good.
Yeah, and of course, they compensate for being the hardest weapon in the game to learn by making it to where Navon is super powerful. You gotta use it.
Oh, that is so sick! Oh my god, that's so cool!
That is one thing I will say about Devil May Cry 3. All of its bosses may not hold up, but god, its weapons are so good.
Oh yeah.
Apart from Devil May Cry 2, that is one thing that I can say about pretty much all Devil May Cry games, is that they always do really good with their gallery of weapons.
For sure. Except Devil May Cry 2.
Well, yeah, I said except. I believe I said it. Except Devil
You
May
did.
Cry 2.
I just wanted to emphasize.
Valid. Well, Devil May Cry 2 basically doesn't have alternate weapons. It has sword, strong sword, gun but fast, gun but strong, and then shotgun. So it has like one alternate weapon.
It sure do.
And then it also, I mean, it was cool how you could get Nemesis's bazooka and everything, but
I forgot about that.
yeah. And then the submachine guns, which feel like a Lara Croft reference because they're submachine guns, but also, God, are they ass.
They're not very good.
Which, funnily enough, there were rumors that DMC2, before it was decided to be a Devil May Cry game, there were rumors that DMC2 was supposed to be some kind of, like, Tomb Raider clone where Lucia was the main character, and then they were like, hey, so, like, put Dante in this game.
That is
and make it a Devil May Cry
interesting.
game. Those are, of course, rumors. I can't validate them or verify them or anything like that. But if that's the case, then God, that would make some semblance of sense.
What a fucking cool name. Whisperer of Insanity.
Damn, that is a cool name. You know what else is a cool name? Nyx.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me started on Nyx.
Yeah, don't get me started on Death Mom.
Death Mommy, who was also my high school bromance.
Damn, you right though.
The best of both worlds.
I get an awesome bro, and I get a mommy out of it. Sign me the fuck up, bro.
Oh, let's go.
It was the most adorable fucking thing. So there was this one point, like a year or so ago, where, I was at my grandparents, and I was playing Devil May Cry 3 in one of the rooms, and my little brother had come in, and it was Devil May Cry 3, so I was obviously using Stinger to move around a lot.
Of course.
And then at some point, my little brother, who was like 5 years old, just started imitating Dante every time he did it. It was the most adorable thing on the planet.
That's awesome.
I was like, yes, I'll make you based yet, my little brother.
Oh, little loose, little Belmont. Oh, let's go. Oh my god, the Umbral Climax with the other weapons is so sick. Oh, what's this? What's this?
I have a question. Since I'm about to fight her, what is your opinion on the Navon boss?
I like Navon for the most part. I could do with less of her just teleporting away.
That is true.
But other than that, I like her boss. I kind of like the idea, actually, of wearing her down and then wailing on her. But I don't know, the problem with that boss is that it's also very simple, because once you wear her down, you just wail on her.
Yeah, I think it has potential. One of my biggest problems is just the amount that it takes to whittle down her shield.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
It really does, especially on higher difficulties. Oh man, I fucked them up. Holy shit, I am destroying this boss.
Also, pro tip for any Devil May Cry gamers out there: air hike Helmbreaker does more damage than normal Helmbreaker. I'll fuck.
Dude, look at me go! I am fucking this bitch up.
Oh god.
Getting those dodges in perfect and everything.
Meanwhile, I'm out here getting my shit rocked by mommy. God damn it. You and your stupid projectiles.
Oh my god, I actually think I no damaged that boss.
Nice. Oh damn, I got the mythical message. I got the mythical message.
Oh, you got the easy mode is now selectable, didn't you?
Yeah, at least it took until mission fucking 9.
Yeah, that's better than most.
I've only died twice so far, so that's good. You and your stupid fucking projectiles.
I wrote it. It's so cool. I'm sorry, I haven't been reading comments. I guess Nero's Devil Busters count as a sort of PTE during some of the grabs, but they're neat because they're integrated pretty well into the gameplay / map controls, the same as normal gameplay. Yeah.
Well,
Nero's Busters is great. Plus, mashing is optional for some things, which I really like.
I wouldn't call it quick time events necessarily, so much as I would just contextual attacks.
Yeah, they are counters, so like they kind of have a feeling of QTEs, but they're not.
Yeah, if it's player controlled, then I'm not as inclined to call them QTEs.
Yeah, the difference being that with QTEs they're required, whereas you know with the busters you don't have to do that.
It's kind of like how in Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 you have like the fucking like special melee moves with characters. Those are contextual attacks, not QTEs.
Right. I'm glad QTEs are not like Dragon Ball Ultimate Tenkaichi where the game is delay controls. Oh, let's not talk about that game. That game is cursed.
That game is cursed. Fuck that game.
That game was fucking awful. Only
Ball
played the
Rock
first
Paper
Bayonetta. Only played the first Bayonetta, but I think Bayo handles her weapons a bit better than DMC does. I disagree with the first game, but holy fuck, these weapons are really goddamn cool. I'm really enjoying, and granted I've only used a couple. I used the swords and the Chernobog, but they're fucking sick so far. I really like these weapons. Rocket Launcher too. Yeah, Bayo handles the rocket launcher better with Kilgore. Kilgore's really cool. I just find it funny his DT has miniguns built into it. His miniguns?
Dante's DT has many in DMC2.
Oh yeah. In DMC2, all of his guns become automatic fucking pew-pews. He pack-a-punches them. That's all he's doing.
He pack-a-punches his fucking wrists, dude.
He did. He shoved his hands in the machine, broke the machine. He's like, all right, here we go. Yeah. Oh man, who remembers the DMC2 when Dante goes double trigger and submachine guns in his palms and will shoot so fast that it sounds like TV static? Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. I just replayed DMC 2 a week ago, so yeah, I remember. I didn't know. Oh yeah. Well,
Poor
props
soul.
to you.
Why
Replayed
would you do
DMC
that to
2.
yourself?
Hey, I raise it to you, man.
Yeah,
Didn't know that about Helmbreaker. Helmbreaker.
Yeah, because I said earlier that an air high Helmbreaker will do more damage than just a normal Helmbreaker.
Oh yeah, yeah. It does.
I believe that's
Lady
consistent.
Gaga would be proud. Lady Gaga would be proud. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, because
No,
she
you said
played
it.
she played Bayonetta. That's right. I remember.
Okay, sick.
Lady Gaga's really cool. I don't know if I've mentioned that.
I don't know much about her. But
Also, she's really goddamn gorgeous.
this is true. That much I know for a fact.
Yep.
Remember how, like, in the early 2000s, or in, like, the early 2010s, everybody was, like, making jokes about how she was probably a guy?
I don't know. It's like the Marilyn Manson like removing his rib to suck his dick rumor. It's like, where the fuck did this come from? Like, who says this?
Yeah, honestly. Big agree.
Or like, do you remember when religious people, there was like a little visual glitch with Beyonce's eyes at a concert, and like religious people were like, oh, proof she's possessed by the devil.
Yeah.
She's one of them lizard people that the liberals have in their cabal.
Or like how there
I got
was
a
somebody...
platinum medal, God. I did take some damage. Oh, I took damage at the first fight, that's right.
I saw a video on YouTube of somebody being like, bro, Obama's the Antichrist. And one of the pieces of one of the pieces of evidence that they presented was the fact that during one of his speeches when he said, yes, we can, apparently, when it was reversed, it said, Hail Satan, and I'm just like, bro, what do you...
Dude, that is all... That rumor has been given to so many things. Oh, if you reverse it, it's a devil worship. What was it? Fucking the Led Zeppelin song. I think Stairway to Heaven. If you reverse it, people like it's satanic chanting. I'm like, okay.
Yes, that was definitely intended.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorites was Trump and Mike Pence. People were like, oh, trumpets, like you know, like the Revelation. He's gonna be the second coming of Jesus.
Why is Navon kicking my fucking ass, bro?
Sounds like a skill issue, bro.
It is a skill issue in this case. In the case of Gigapete, however, I just got fucking bored.
How many viewers do I even have right now? I appreciate the comments and the activity with the chat. I've got 8 viewers. I'm like one of those big time boys. I'm almost at the double digits. Like, I know. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
God, the sound of Dante's fucking pistols is so satisfying. I come every time.
Play anything backwards, it sounds satanic. Pretty much, yeah. It's just distorted, awkward speech.
Yeah. Have you heard the fucking, have you heard the Song of Healing backwards? That shit is cursed.
Oh yeah, Song of Healing backwards is creepy.
Oh, fuck. I am not tired. Fuck you.
You ready? If I had a fucking... Man, you can make a drinking game, you know, if you were planning to kill yourself every time Navon says, are you ready?
Or you will become... Now you will become tired. Like,
Yeah,
listen, your
like-
voice is like silk on the ears, but stop.
Like, look, I got 3 hours till bedtime, alright? I'm not tired.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh, oh god, it's like a vehicle Bayonetta set piece. Alright, this is either gonna be dog shit or really cool, there's no in between.
Oh, yeah. Like that one vehicle segment in Bayonetta 1 on the bridge. Dear God.
I will say this is kinda cool so far. I hope it continues to be kinda cool. It controls very simply, though.
Ow. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. All skill.
Oh, you can actually turn off your Humble Climax too. Cool, cool.
Please die. I'm not tired. Mom, I'm not tired. It's only 6 o'clock.
Oh, big Drago. Oh yeah, and I can shoot too. I should probably take advantage of that.
Ow, fuck you.
I've been a lot of fighting so far with this. Oh, fuck. Okay, I like the control, like the movement feels nice. Combat, not as much. Oh, hey, there was a checkpoint. I know I got a checkpoint at least. I appreciate that over the first game. It's how vague it is.
And Navon is dead. Took 4 tries, but I finally killed her.
Nice, nice.
Oh, hey, boobs. God damn.
Oh yeah, gamer moment, guys. It's boobies.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a lot of this is I'm not even like holding forward. I'm just watching it happen. Ooh, big jump. Okay.
Lady, I love you. I 10 out of 10 would fuck, but I'm gonna skip the
Disrespect. You hate women.
I do hate women. Let it be known. I hate women. But goddamn do I hate everybody.
Yes. One of my favorites, a buddy of mine used to say, he'd say, I'm not racist, I got a colored TV and I love it.
Oh.